Hey guys, I want to give you a little overview of my big Morbark 30. A couple of guys been asking about it and how it is and what it is and what we've done to it. So this machine, it's a Model 30. It's a 4-knife chipper. Now this is an older model. So these older models are made with, they're made with real steel. Not like some of these newer models where you got some high tensile tin steel, you know. Anyways, this one here is rebuildable. Well, that one there is rebuildable too, you know, but you just gotta add another 1/2-inch plate of steel to them when you go to rebuild them. Now these ones here, the old ones, are just nice. You just weld on them, right? Put a little hard face on there and they're good to go. We've rebuilt the throat in here. The disc is a 4-knife chipper. That disc has been brought back to, well, originally it was 7/8. And we brought it back to a 5/8 chip because here in Massachusetts we couldn't quite make the spec for the Asian longhorn beetle. They wanted everything under 1-inch chip, and there was just too many overs, so we brought it back to 5/8. So, but this chipper, you could bring that right back to a 7/8 chip, 4-knife. Pretty easy. You have to just do a little work to the skin, which I would recommend if somebody's going to do that. And this chipper, we rebuilt the motor a couple of years ago now. It has had 9,000 hours on it when we rebuilt it, and we rebuilt it because it hydro-locked, and we just went through the whole thing and redid the whole motor, everything. We even got a new clutch on here. That's 25 grand right there. We had the guy come out, set it up for us, do the whole deal. So this chipper's got a couple of little other attachments that we put on. It's got 2 starters, one on this side and another one right over on this side. So it's got 2 starters on it, and we've got, instead of just 2 8Ds, we've got 4 8D batteries in there. We'll go down and check that out. We set them up right under here. One on this side, one on that side, and the other 2 up in here. So it's got plenty of power to start this thing when it's cold out. And you know, when you got the Huey oil pumps, you got to get oil pressure before you can open up the injectors. So that's why we put them on there, all of those batteries, so this thing would turn over. Now another thing that we do is, if you notice, we get all these lines here and quick connects. These lines and quick connects, we never use ether on any motor around here. What we do is we pull up with our trucks, our pickups, and these quick connects, we set them up so that we can hook right into the heating system in the trucks, circulate our water through the block, and this thing starts every day. I don't care how cold it is, 20 minutes, and this thing fires right up like it was 50 degrees. So this motor and this machine, it really has had an easy life with me. The 2 previous owners, they were meticulous with maintenance, and you can tell. I mean, this thing is still in beautiful shape. Cab, new window up in front and the front. First owner was Letourneau, Mark Letourneau had it. It was set up as it was set up. You can tell right here they did some work to it. It had a separator on it, but he took it off and then he rebuilt this piece right here. Then he traded it in when he went on doing the pipeline work, and he bought something else, sold it to another local guy, Russ Cobb, and
So I missed a bunch of video here. I don't know what happened with it with the GoPro, but to follow along, Russ Cobb was another meticulous guy who just kept his equipment up all the time and kept it looking good, and he always repaired it. Everything he had, he kept it working to snuff. He was always working and improving on what he had all the time. Now you'll see as we go around the machine, you know, that nothing's bent and broken on it. Everything's still working the way it should work. The chute, we rebuilt the chute occasionally. Like I said, the throat. Now this machine is also a 2002. I didn't mention that earlier, but it's a 2002 model. And for anybody who happened to see when I was just on the other side of the machine, after we rebuilt the motor, we actually added to that, and the fuel prices got really high. I added to it my hydrogen units that I put on here. You can see them over there. There were those silver briefcase looking units. And for anybody who understands motors of this size, you realize that what really dictates what you use for when you rebuild the motor is how much fuel goes through the motor. And so these motors are set up to calculate that and to record it. And so for me, we put the hydrogen units on it, which actually gives the motor more power, completes the burn of the fuel, relaxes the fuel rail. You use a third less fuel. So I was using 20 gallons per load, and now it's down to around 12. So there you go there, and that really works.
Here's what they look like. Some nice 5/8 chips. That's what this chip.
And for those of you guys who want to know how fast we can load a biomass, 9 minutes was our record when it was at 7/8. And when we brought it back to 5/8, well, of course, it brought it up a little bit to about 15.